bow, shaka bow wow. Let's see. God damn it. The Formula 1 doesn't like. Okay, to make some recap on the stuff that will maybe not be shown. Oh, then we go back. Let's see. Formula 1 is in Australia. And I mentioned the fucking depressing stuff that happened in Saudi Arabia with Haas and how they got their points by cheating. And I celebrated. It was a really good stuff. Sauber had a problem with their pit stop. And let's see what more fun stuff. Yeah, Alpine have a really fun day. Let's see what happened more. Miss Stroll crash out. So if they mention it, the only reason the low team can get points is how bad Stroll will do his driving, or how bad his drive. They talked to Carlos Sainz, and oh my god, this was, I mean, for real, it's still Lewis Hamilton. Tell me how happy you are in a sad voice. That's what you can only hear from Lewis Hamilton nowadays. And let's see if I can see the prediction of. She did almost a good prediction. Max win, Leclerc P2, but then for some reason Lewis Hamilton P3. When you can say Oscar Piastri P3. I'm gonna come on.
Any broadcasting mistakes we do make on that, so you'll feel free to do the same.
I'll do the same. I'll absolutely do the same. I feel okay to.
Let's see. Let's remember.
It, and it's basically a ceremony.
Okay, now. Wait, what does it say? F1 Impact Formula 1 roller extension. Welcome to Korea. Okay, I don't care.
Verstappen, Perez, because
Okay, Max and Perez.
I'm going first, and then Leclerc.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay,
good.
really bold
Good
and
choice.
spicy one there from.
Bold. It's the normal prediction. It's happened last race.
Alex run, oh my god.
Oh, okay, that was a joke.
Curveball.
I mean, it's hard to disagree with that, isn't it? I think it's going to be a Red Bull 1-2. I think Max is going to just fend off Checo, and Charles, because Carlos is going to probably have a bit more of a
Actually true. Charles better than Carlos Sainz.
struggle this weekend. It's going to be tougher for him in the car. Even if that Ferrari is going to be strong, I still think Charles
Stronger than Mercedes. Hype.
is probably going to end up having the edge. So that's what I think the podium's going to be. I can't see any different.
Riveting, guys, thanks. Producer Joe, really unimpressed in my ear as well. Ariana, go on, save the day.
So yeah, I've basically been brought in just to spice this up.
Oh my god, and she almost did a good prediction, then for some reason Lewis Hamilton.
Okay, I'm still going to say Verstappen first though, because I don't think we can. I don't think I can go that rogue. I'm going to say Charles Leclerc second, and I'm going to go wildcard Lewis Hamilton podium.
Why Lewis Hamilton when you can say Lennon Norris, you can say Oscar Piastri, you can even say Carlos Sainz or Fernando Alonso, but no, Lewis Hamilton for some reason. Who cares?
Wow, I like
These two
that.
were so boring.
That's
I had to.
Oscar Piastri or Lennon Norris, that's less boring than Lewis Hamilton.
enjoyed that podium.
I thought we're trying to predict the result there,
Yeah,
aren't we?
but it could happen.
Yeah, but-
It could happen.
Bottas for the win, Laura.
It
Sorry?
Bottas for the win.
could.
Imagine
Oh, I'd love
Bottas
that.
winning. Imagine Bottas winning the Australian Grand Prix. I think they'd make him An
Now
actual
what you're- is that what
going
you're going
rogue
for?
now.
You're
No, I'm not going. No,
I was going to say, this is out of control suddenly.
No, this show is falling apart. I am going to predict, though, we will see a Max Verstappen win.
Bold, Laura.
I
bold.
know. I am going to say, I'm going to agree with the Charles Leclerc P2.
Okay.
Wait.
I'm going to say Oscar Piastri.
Oh, hype! So, Leclerc P2, Oscar Piastri P3. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay, we go away from this cancerous stuff. We need to get more problems with the YouTube stuff.
Hey guys,
Yeah. F1 World 2024 Australia Grand Prix preview prediction.
Sean here. Welcome to the F1 Word and to the preview for the 2024 Australian Grand Prix, a race that always feels like the proper start of the season to me, probably because for a long time it was, but there's just something that I love about the race in Melbourne, even if it doesn't always deliver a thriller. But anyway, 2 weeks ago, F1 was racing in Jeddah, where Max Verstappen took his second win of the season and his 9th in a row, leading home teammate Sergio Perez as Red Bull made it 2 1-2s from 2 races. That's a lot of 2s. But now it is on to Australia for the third round of the 2024 season. The 5.278 kilometre, that's 3.28 mile Albert Park circuit remains
Man, I feel like he's really loud.
unchanged from last season, is still made up of 14 corners. The track, of course, being reprofiled a couple of years ago in a bid to improve the racing. As was the case last season, about half of the circuit will be DRS. It's probably quick to tell you where there isn't a zone, but, you know, there will be a whopping 4 DRS zones, with the first between turns 2 and 3, the second through that long run between turns 8 and 9, about halfway down. The third is after the super quick chicane of 9 and 10, and the final zone, as you'd expect, runs down the start-finish straight. Just the 2 detection points, though, which is a shame, so the driver doing the overtaking into turn 1, for example, will have a second bite of DRS down to turn 3. On the subject of overtaking, despite the changes made to the track, it will still be tough, but to be fair, maybe not as tough as it used to be. And actually, in recent years, we've seen more moves be made on the run 2 and through turn 9, so hopefully plenty more of that on Sunday. I love that sequence of corners. At time of recording, that's Wednesday afternoon. If you're interested, the forecast for this one is dry, at least that's what I've seen. Some reckon there is some rain around, but all the forecasts I've checked say that isn't the case, with no rain realistically expected and highs for qualifying and a race of 20 and 21 degrees respectively. It should be said as well, though, that the weather can be unpredictable at Albert Park, as we've seen in the past, so that could all change over the weekend. And last season, guess who? Yes, Max Verstappen took the win, finishing less than 2 tenths ahead of Lewis Hamilton and just under 8 tenths ahead of Fernando Alonso, who took the final step on the podium. Just 6.6 seconds covered the field, by the way, which, if you didn't see the race, sounds like a phenomenal, close, exciting race until you remember that was because the race finished behind the safety car. To be fair, though, it was a good race. It did end in big drama. Actually, it was fairly dramatic throughout, with the race featuring 3 proper safety car periods, excluding the ones where the cars were led round to the grid for the standing restart.
Yeah, 3 proper. One for Kevin Magnussen, that was the biggest joke ever. Like, why? And after that, the crash happened, so it was such an unnecessary. Oh, we need to be safe, so we take out the safety car for Kevin Magnussen, and then the crash happened. Yeah, for safety. Yeah, true, really true. The greatest safety car ever.
Starts, as well as 3 red flag periods.
Emeralds.
Crazy. Hang on a second. 3 proper safety cars and 3 red flags. I wonder what else there are 3 of. Oh yes, of course. 3 is also the number of dry tyre compounds teams can use at a race weekend. That is right. It is tyre talk time once again. Nobody's.
Hey Christian, do you have a life hack for hitting
Scam
your fitness
ad.
goals?
I do. Instead of getting takeout when I'm in a rush, I make a milkshake.
Man, did I watch ads for Formula 1 and then they just being mean to me? Or YouTube. Fits spam,
It's
man.
10 seconds and it's literally a complete meal.
What do you like about it?
Yeah, I watched the bad phone ad game. That's so disrespectful of YouTube and
It's
Formula
really
1.
easy to prepare. I just add 2 scoops and I get all the key nutrients I need for the day. It has plant protein, fibers, minerals, vitamins, and I also think it has probiotics. And it's really affordable too. One meal is only €1.52.
And what was the brand again?
It's Plenty Shake by Jimmy Joy.
Plenty
It's really good.
Shake.
Go try it.
No, don't try it out. It's probably super bad.
Freunde, die längere Zeit einen Laptop benutzen und Nackenschmerzen haben, schauen Sie sich das an.
And
Ein höhenverstellbarer Ständer, der zur Verbesserung
Yeah,
der Bürohaltung
also scare
verwendet
man.
werden kann. Auf der Oberfläche
Redstone.
befinden sich rutschfeste Pads, sodass der Computer nach dem Abstellen sehr sicher steht. Der Boden ist ausgehöhlt, um die Wärme abzuleiten und kann um 360 Grad
1,
gedreht
2,
werden.
3.
Die Tragfähigkeit ist sehr hoch und es kann bei
Ja.
nicht gebraucht zusammengeklappt und platzsparend verstaut werden. Klicken Sie
Der
hier, um
Bundesliga.
jetzt zu kaufen und diesen Ständer zu genießen, der Ihnen ein besseres Arbeitserlebnis bietet.
Das ist gut. Deutschland, Deutschland, take me to Deutschland. Freunde Fahrenheit. No.
Favourite part of the weekend. Anyway, the compounds available for this one are the softest in the Pirelli ranges, so they are the hard
Lies.
C3, the medium C4, and the soft C5, which actually
Oh my
means
God.
every compound, the C1 to C5, has been nominated so far in 2024.
So
I don't know
much.
why that matters, but I wanted to let you know anyway. That is also a step softer than last year, with Pirelli explaining the reason for the change is based on analysis following the race in 2023, where 10 drivers used the C2s for 47 out of the 58 laps and 3 ran them for more than 50 laps. As that kind of confirms, the circuit is not too tough on tyres when it comes to wear, but thermal degradation is a much bigger factor. So hopefully the softer nomination of compounds will result in an interesting mix of strategy more than just
Oh,
one
shit.
stop, which historically tends to
Did
be the
I
way
ruin
teams prefer to go.
the floor?
And that was the case last season, with race winner Max
damn it.
Verstappen starting on the mediums before switching to the hards on lap 8. The intention
Go
at that
fuck
point
yourself.
being to run
Wait.
those to the end, but he did use 2 sets of softs at each of the late post-red
Come.
flag restarts. I can't say that. Post-red flag restarts. There you go. He did only make 1 racing pit stop though, so it was really a one-stop strategy, and I'd expect teams to aim for that again, because although the performance difference between each of the softer compounds could give some cars a pace advantage, which would help with overtaking, it's still, as already mentioned, a tricky
away
track
then.
to pass on, so track position will always take priority, understandably. The final few things to mention on strategy: track evolution will be fairly high, but with a busy support schedule, lots of rubber should be laid down over the course of the weekend. Last year's total pit lane loss time was largely between 18 and 20 seconds, and as already touched on, safety cars are a big possibility due to the close proximity of the walls at many parts of the circuit, so they could have a huge impact on strategy. 6 of the last 8 races, by the way, all featuring at least 1 full safety car period. And this weekend's schedule is an
Wow.
early one over here, which is fine by me. I do love an early race start. Watch the race and still have the rest of the day to be massively productive, or as tends to be the case, the rest of the day to fall asleep on a sofa about 7 seconds after you put a film on or TV series on to watch. No, just me, fair enough. Although it is my birthday on Sunday, so hopefully it'll be a cracking race for me and you to enjoy. Anyway, FP1 will get things started on Friday at
Yeah,
1:30
probably
a.m.
not.
GMT, and that is followed
I
by
mean,
FP2 at 5 a.m. Saturday
same
gets
as
going
win.
with FP3 from 1:30
God,
a.m. with
so
qualifying
many.
underway at 5 a.m. And it
Let's
will
go
be
away.
lights out for the race on Sunday. Yes, Sunday at 4 a.m. Yes, 4 a.m. And once again, that is in UK time. Now, before I get to my weekend predictions, I just want to have the usual run through some of the
Fuck off.
news and talking points that have been doing the rounds ahead of the weekend. So first up, and as I'm sure you remember, Carlos Sainz missed the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix after undergoing surgery for appendicitis, his place being taken by Ferrari junior Ollie Behrman. And following the weekend, team boss Frederick Vasseur said he was optimistic Sainz would return to the cockpit in Melbourne. Earlier this week, a Ferrari spokesperson told the media that Sainz is in Australia and is okay, adding that they expect him to drive at Albert Park this weekend. The Spaniard was
God.
also included in Ferrari's official media schedule on Wednesday, and their preview press release also said he's expected to be back in the car. There is, of course, a possibility he could just hop in the car for FP1 to see how he feels and make a final call from there, but again, all signs point to Sainz racing on Sunday. Mercedes is working on experiments for this weekend's Australian Grand Prix in a bid to try and solve the issues with their 2024 car. That's according to the team's trackside engineer Andrew Shovlin. The most notable issues with the W15 have been bouncing, especially when running low fuel, as well as a weakness in high-speed corners, something which was clear to see in Jeddah when Lewis Hamilton was following Lando Norris. You could visually spot the gap growing between the two cars through the high-speed sections of the circuit. Very concerning for Mercedes. Shovlin said they were looking at the data from Saudi Arabia and Bahrain, including testing.
They're feeling good, but they're concerning. Yeah.
Come up with a plan for how to approach free practice this weekend, stressing this approach wasn't just down to what happened in Jeddah. Shovlin also confirmed that Hamilton and Russell were running 2 different setups last time out, but the limitations they had in qualifying and the race were largely the same for both drivers. So lots of running and I suppose really testing for the Silver Arrows during practice in Melbourne. And Formula One is reportedly set to keep the current 18-inch wheel rims when the new regulations kick in from 2026, after plans for a potential move to 16 inches was rejected by Pirelli. The idea behind the change, if you're interested, was part of a wider effort to make the cars lighter and a bit more nimble. The decision has not been officially announced as I sit here and record this at least, but it has been agreed the sport will stick with the current rims but with a different tyre size and shape as reported by Autosport. Mario Isola, Pirelli's motorsport director, confirmed to Autosport that decision on the final version of the sizes was in the final stages, but confirmed the manufacturer's preference was to stay on 18-inch rims, adding, quote, "I believe there are valid reasons to stay on 18-inch with smaller tyres but still the same rim. That is what we are discussing, just a bit smaller diameter, a slightly lower profile and slightly narrower tyre." And if you'd like to read the full interview, by the way, there will be a link to the article in the description, as always, down below. Right, then I think it's time to make some predictions, and as always...
prediction. Max win, Charles Leclerc P2, and... I mean, Piastri or Norris P3.
Don't get too worked up about these, they're just a little bit of fun, and don't forget to let me know your picks down in the comment section. And after a strong start in Bahrain for me, things went pretty badly wrong in Jeddah. 1 point for Verstappen's win, half a point for Leclerc on the podium but in the wrong position, and a single point for the correct number of race finishers. Not great, although I was right on my bold prediction of Hulkenberg scoring a point, so that's something, I suppose.
Wow, I mean, that was so... yeah, cheating.
This week I'm staying realistic again, and so these probably won't come as a huge surprise. On Sunday, Max Verstappen could equal his own record of 10 consecutive F1 wins, mind-boggling. And I think many will expect that unless we see some drama, he is hot favourite to do that. I don't think that's an overly controversial statement. I would say something about the circuit probably suiting the RB20, but that goes for pretty much every track on the calendar, so it's sort of pointless saying it. But I am going with Verstappen for pole, the win, and the fastest lap on Sunday. I will, though, for the first time this year, predict a Red Bull 1-2 with obviously Sergio Perez in P2. As for the final step on the podium, though, I'm not completely sure. I think Ferrari are a solid second fastest overall, but this is a track that should suit McLaren quite nicely thanks to some of those fast-flowing corners, so I'm a little bit torn on this one. However, I will pick a Ferrari for P3, and let's go with, yeah, Charles Leclerc, which actually, if it happens, will be exactly the same top 3 as in Jeddah. So
I mean, that's kind of boring, but okay. I mean, it's more or less most likely what will happen, but man, it would be funny to see Leclerc P2 and Lando Norris or Piastri P3.
So there you go. McLaren, no, I'll say they will be the 3rd best team on Sunday, and I don't think they'll be a million miles away from a top 3 finish. And for the record, I would really love to see Piastri up there at his home race. If I could pick one result for a driver, I think it would be that one, Piastri P3. So he could be my one to watch. He's had a very good start to the season and was a really strong P4 last time out. It is worth reiterating this could be a tough weekend for Mercedes due to their lack of performance through the high-speed corners, as already...
I really hope Mercedes will have a bad day.
That means I reckon they'll be in more of a fight with Aston Martin than they will be with McLaren, Ferrari and Red Bull. But as those predictions were, well, predictable, I'll do a few bold ones as well just for a little bit more fun. Oh, the joys and the fun. Let's say we get, I don't know what the sarcasm's about today, let's say we get plenty of drama and the field is closer than it was in the last 2 races, and we go with points finishes for Alex Albon and Yuki Tsunoda, a surprise podium for Fernando.
Oh, almost what I have Ricciardo and Albon in the points.
No Alonso, and perhaps the boldest prediction of all, brace yourself for this one, both Alpines make Q2. Yeah, you never know and all that. Do you know, I'm really looking
No, they
forward to
will
this
not.
weekend, and I don't know why, given that we probably
Maybe
again, unless
Lisa
it's
catch
chaos,
up
know
RB
who's going to
Formula
come
1
out on
thing
top
with.
on Sunday, but it's what happens behind that could be important. I just love the Australian Grand Prix weekend. What can I say? But that is it though for the Australian Grand Prix preview. But don't forget, you can let me know your thoughts and your predictions ahead of the weekend in the comment section down below. Now, I will be back soon with some more content as always, but in the meantime, if you did enjoy this one, then please do leave a like, as it really does help the channel out, and consider subscribing so you don't miss out on any future videos or streams. But as ever, thank you for watching. I've been Sean, this has been the F1 Word, and until next time, goodbye.
Oh shit, go away, Ad. I don't want you. Oh, be quiet also. Okay, and then we have, let's see, man, Formula 1 ruined so much for me. Yeah, let's watch Kym Illman fast. Oh shit, no? Yes.
G'day from the Melbourne Grand Prix, and this
But I might, you're really
is one of the great events in Formula One. The weather's perfect, we're just 15 minutes or so from the city centre on a tram. Look at these people, they're absolutely having the time of their lives here today. And if you've never been to a Grand Prix, this needs to be your first.
No.
This is the main entrance. This is where hundreds or thousands will be lining up every morning to get the first look at the Melbourne Walk. And this year they've added some tiered standing areas behind the waist-high fence where most people try to get a vantage point. It's 9:10. These gates open at 10 a.m. and there's already, I'm guessing, a couple of thousand people out here.
We got here at 7:30.
I got here at 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm here to get this signed by Daniel Ricciardo. This is from his F1 car in 2020 when it was in Renault.
Oh, I got a day off work, so
Why do you have that?
called in sick.
So Amy and I didn't meet till last night. We became F1 fans through the internet.
I flew all the way from the UK.
And we met, less than 24 hours ago. We're staying.
I mean, you missed the glory days for the what säger man? Hello, what do you say for the British people? And they are mostly over. It's Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen here.
Together for the weekend, and this is my first Formula One event, so I'm super excited.
It's 10:01 a.m. This is the Melbourne Walk, and very shortly, this area here will be absolutely jam-packed with very excited fans. The gates opened 2 minutes ago, and already they're streaming in here, some very excited folk. Now, they come in from two entrances. This one's out on Canterbury Road, and clearly this is the quicker route to get to the Melbourne Walk. G'day. The run's about, I'm guessing, 400, maybe 500 metres. And the young and the fit to get here first. And there's a huge level of excitement already. Hey. 2 drivers in.
I love your TikTok.
Thank you for that.
I'm such a fan. I watch them all
What?
the time.
Well, look at these people here.
Yeah, that would be me if I wasn't working here.
Okay, soldier on.
It's nice to meet you.
It is a pleasure. It's such a funny sight. Look, I don't see this at many other races, but then again, I'm not out here at this time of the morning waiting for people to come in, but they've all got, but many of them have things for signing. They all want a selfie, of course. Hello. Yeah, sure. And look, they're still coming. Hundreds and hundreds. Oh, they're streaming in now. They're coming from everywhere. Crazy.
Oh my God, so much.
This is the view from the top step here of these stands, which are situated some 15 metres behind the Melbourne Walk. But it's full on, absolutely full on. You've seen these people from behind, and this is them from the front, and they are about 7 to 10 deep, some in shade, some in light, and every one of them is absolutely pumped to be here. And here comes a driver now. Who will it be?
I need to eat.
I reckon it's Carlos Sainz. Am I right? It is Carlos. Gotta go. And get this, the walk from the main entrance to the main tram station out here on Canterbury Road is all of 100 metres. So this is the most popular form of public transport in and around the city. This is a Melbourne tram, and I'm told that Oscar Piastri is doing some of the announcements on trams that go to and from the track. And I'm told that this is one of those trams.
Frequency shuttles running between Circuit and Southern Cross or Flinders Street stations. For details on service changes across the network, check out
Oh, that's the difference.
Thanks, and see you at Albert Park.
Well, there you have it, Oscar Piastri doing a tram announcement here in Melbourne. He's everywhere. The Melbourne paddock is without doubt one of the most picturesque that we have on the calendar. It's got a lot of beautiful lawn on this side.
Wait.
All of the teams are that way.
Do you even have
except
that?
one for Haas, way over here, about 30 metres away from the rest of them. Last year, that was Williams. And late last night, I caught Haas team boss Ao Komatsu sparring right next to the hospitality suite. Well, this is a new addition to the area just next to the Melbourne Walk, and it will take up some of the space that people used to stand and wait for the drivers, but it does give you an elevated view, and a pretty good one at that.
Saturday, Sunday already sold out. Friday we had a couple of hundred tickets left this morning. That's the first time we've sold out on a Friday. Well, the cheapest is easy. You can come for $45 on a Thursday, general admission. That goes from there right up to if you want to be in the paddock club. Then you'll pay a lot more than $45, but the experience will match it.
Next year, you'll get the first race. You get Lewis Hamilton racing in Ferrari for the first time. That's got to be a huge bump up in crowds, doesn't it?
We'll be read throughout all of Melbourne with a huge Italian community here. But we also get to launch the season, so that's the way it turns out to be, and we'll put extra effort into making sure that we give it justice. Getting people in's not
so
difficult.
it'll be the first race?
The challenge is making sure that we get them to and from the park okay, getting them in and out of the park okay, and they can get the right access to food and drink and enjoy what's going on the track. We've created a capacity cap. We'd like to grow it. We'd like to be the biggest Formula 1 race in the world.
You've gone and beefed up the security a bit, so there's no track invasion. So people are saying on my post that, oh yeah, try and stop us. But I've had a look today, and you won't be getting on track, will you?
Well, that's the intention, yeah. We're confident that we've got some extra procedures in place just to make sure we're doubly secure. We have postponed the track walk for a year. We'll see what happens after the end of this race as to whether we do it again. So if we could find a way to do it again, we would.
Now, a couple of hours ago, Lando Norris arrived here, and a lot of you picked up on the fact that he was freshly shaven. Gone is the goatee and the moustache for this race. But on the subject of the Melbourne Walk, I'm wondering if it's perhaps a victim of its own success. It's now so busy, and probably not so much the fan side, it's the media side out here. So many photographers, so many cameramen, that it's very tricky for the drivers to get from one end to the other. Certainly photographic-wise, it's easier to get a cleaner shot.
Why is the race interesting?
Get one out here. And will there be a driver's drove video this race? Yes, there will be. The driver's car park is, well, it's right there. It's a very short walk, although many of the drivers get dropped off just behind me here and make the walk up there. It saves them about 30 metres. Behind me, Lando Norris and Carlos Sainz are playing a version of carrot in the box, although it's not a carrot, it's two dice. And Carlos gets to open the box and he sees what he's got, and he has to convince Lando to either keep the box he's got or swap it with his box. Can't wait to see the outcome on TV, because the Sean Locke and John Richardson version was legendary on British TV.
Does it contain a carrot or not?
Well, Checo Perez is leaving behind me here, and these guys are going absolutely loopy. Well, guys, I'll say it again. You need to come to the Australian Grand Prix. It is such a buzz. And it's 4 full days of track action. Normally Thursday is just a media day with nothing on track. But here, you get a full day's action. Now, before you go and watch another video of mine, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so. Thanks for watching.
Okay.
And stay passionate!
Sandwiches we had in the media centre there earlier on this afternoon were fantastic, so well done on the catering
Yeah,
today.
they weren't for you. I don't know how you found your way into those, but I'm glad you enjoyed them.
We did. Right, mate, Travis, thank
Cheers.
you.
Thank you.
Did they steal? Oh my god. So mean. Let's see. I don't think it was anything, man. Formula 1 really ruins a lot of stuff. Oh, quite. I don't want to get more problems with YouTube or Formula 1. Yeah, I would say, okay, I mean, Holy shit, how long have I... let's see. Ooh, 39. Ah, who cares? We need to place list. So some lights can be shown. We finish this up. And also need to make sure I can eat and start getting health back. Let's see, amount. No, wait. No? What the? Then we can place one more of that, and then we chickens. Yeah, this will be. Let's see. I can go away with some stuff and then we end the stream. And I will, yeah, still say Max Wayne, Charles Leclerc P2, and hopefully an Oscar Piastri P3. Is it really a place for me to just place stuff? Oh, I have more stuff to pick up. And then we can eat again, and then we go back. Come on. And one day this railroad will be done. Yeah, yeah. Yes, let's see. Is it 2 hours and then some practice will happening? Nice. So, and after that, we will see if anything new come out.